Hey everybody, Allison Roberts here with Purdue Extension here in Brown County, and today we're going to discuss ways to beat the holiday blues, focusing on our mental health. Let's get started. Many things come to us during the holiday season, and one of them is stress. There's a variety of causes of stress during this holiday season, such as travel from one place to another, making sure you're meeting all of your deadlines right before you go on break, to having a cram-packed schedule full of fun activities and family traditions that might be time-consuming. We tend to eat an increase of sugar during the holiday season, which leads to a poor diet, and we're so busy with trying to complete different tasks that we tend to leave out exercise and physical movement, and all of that together, combined with the financial strain that the holiday season tends to bring out in us, it leads to an increased amount of stress, and it can be poor on our mental health. So today we're going to talk about 10 tips of stress management practices that we can do to help beat the holiday blues. As you can see here, the American Psychological Association made a publication about 2023, and it looks like 58% of families say they struggle with holiday stress because they're spending too much or not having enough money to spend on gifts and a variety of different food and items related to the holiday season. It's followed up with 40% of stress just trying to find the right gift for the right person. And then if you kind of look at it more, you can see how people are feeling pressured to make the holiday super special. They might have issues with food or alcohol issues, and then just experience and anticipate family conflict during those family gatherings. So if you're interested in looking more on that, just look at 2023 American Psychological Association page to look more at the causes of stress during the holiday season. Number one tip we have for managing stress and utilizing stress management practices this holiday season is deep abdominal breathing or diaphragmatic breathing. This is where you're breathing deep from within your diaphragm or your belly, and it's going to immediately reduce those stress levels. It's allowing your body to slow down its heart rate, it's reducing blood pressure, and it's triggering both the relaxation response and the body's stress response. Making sure when you're doing this, that you're breathing out, you're releasing that tension from your body. Here on this slide, we have a snowflake that's expanding and decreasing. This is a great technique to use if you follow the snowflake. Just time your breath with the snowflake, and after a while, you can feel that tension release from your body. Next up, we have progressive muscle relaxation. This is, again, another tip that you can use year-round, but PMR, it reduces muscle tension from stress. We find a quiet place free from interruptions. Make sure you're tensing each muscle group for about 5 to 15 seconds, and then you're relaxing them for about 30 seconds. You're going to start with the top of your head, and you're going to work towards your feet, and continue breathing slowly and evenly. Repeat before moving to the next muscle group. Practice this technique anytime you feel stress or an anxiety. And if you look at that bottom right, you'll see that we have a QR code there with a Purdue Extension publication that walks you through the step of PMR. Number 3, we have mindfulness and meditation. These go hand in hand with each other. This is a great way to reduce stress by maintaining attention or awareness on the present moment. You're focusing on one individual task at hand. Just a simple task such as breathing or listening to calm sounds around you. And De-Stress Monday organization, they have some great graphics for you to follow. So if you just clear your head every day or every Monday by setting aside 60 seconds to close your eyes and focus on your breathing, you can feel that stress just melt away. Number 4, we need to fit in exercise or physical activity every day. This is something that we tend to forget to do during the hustle and bustle of everything. But if you previously have watched one of our videos, Bailey Dwanger from Ripley County, she did an excellent job of walking you through different ways to fit in exercise and physical activity. It's so important. It helps reduce stress hormones and release endorphins, which aid in relaxation. Go for a walk around the mall, your neighborhood, play some basketball with the family, or drop in on a yoga class. Physical activity will definitely assist with improving rational thinking as well during those family gatherings that might get a little tense. This one's so hard to do, but it's so important. Making sure you're getting out into that fresh air and getting some sunlight. Winter blues is such a thing that's so important that we all struggle with. Due to the heavy forecast of clouds and cold fronts, we tend to not see a lot of sunshine. So it's so important that we get outside, we get some fresh air, we get that vitamin D, as it helps improve our mood. It helps reduce our heart rate and increase energy level for sure. So let's beat that seasonal depression by going outside and getting some sunlight. We have number 6 here. It's eating a healthy meal. This is one that's so important to do during the holiday season. It makes us feel better, makes us feel more energized if we can eat a healthy, balanced meal. So practice mindful eating, making sure you're only eating when you're hungry and not just because you want another cookie. Making sure to include fruits and vegetables in your meal, as well as good, healthy balance of protein. Limiting our sugary beverages. I know hot chocolate's one of my weaknesses during this time of year, but making sure we balance that out with plenty of water. Minimize our sweets and desserts. Enjoy those cookies. Enjoy those homemade candies, but make sure that you balance that out with healthy meals. Drink plenty of water. It's so important to stay hydrated. And then if you watched the video before this last week, Julie had some great tips on eating, how to substitute some low-fat options in for dessert. Be sure to stay tuned for a video next week where Deidre will discuss some quick ways to save 100 calories. All right, the big one, financial stress. This is one that causes most people, like we mentioned before, most stress is that time of year where we spend lots of monies on other people, and we tend to stress about if we're going to be able to balance our paying our bills and be able to buy gifts for everyone. So one way that we can help manage that stress during the holiday season is setting a budget and sticking to the budget. So include the cost of materials that's going to take. That's going to be the wrapping paper, the tape, the cards, the ribbon. Include those in your budget. Making sure you're sticking to that budget. Plan out the gifts that you're going to get. And it's okay if you don't buy something at the store. Nowadays, it's more important to give than the item that you're receiving. So make some homemade gifts from little ornaments with spice seasoning mixes, or homemade apple butter, or you could do a card, or make something that's homemade. Find options in lieu of gifts, maybe finding a game for the family to play instead of exchanging gifts, or doing something that experience or a memory instead of giving each other gifts. Just spending time together, and then avoid overspending. So if you have a budget on a certain individual, making sure you're sticking to that budget and you're not spending more on them than you intend to do. This again is such an important one. And Marcia Purcell from Dearborn County, she has some great tips on that about financial budgeting and inflation earlier this month. So be sure to tune in and check in her video to learn some more tips there. Number 8, prevent burnout. This is both in the workplace and at home. Most of us are trying to juggle both the holiday season as well as meet our needs at work before we go on break. So making sure that we're not overcommitting to ourselves close to that holiday season and that we're completing all our tasks on time. At home, making sure that we're not overcommitting ourselves to things that we can't handle. Eliminate some stressful traditions. Maybe you wanting to bake all those cookies from homemade, but you just don't have the time. So maybe instead going and buying the cookies to give or bring to that family gathering instead, just to help eliminate that stressful tradition. And then don't wait until the last minute. I know most of us are guilty of waiting, but making sure that we plan in advance that we need to go pick out that gift, or we need to go get those materials, or we need to buy that new outfit, whatever it may be, making sure that we're planning that in ahead of schedule, so that way we're not waiting until that last minute and causing more stress. And then, just like I mentioned, creating a schedule, plan ahead, know what you need to get done, leave plenty of time for yourself. And if you listen on, we'll actually talk about how to incorporate some downtime and rest in your schedule as well. So just be sure to prevent that burnout during this holiday season. Just like mentioned in the previous slide, making sure that we are making time to rest. So schedule some downtime in that busy schedule just to decompress and enjoy the season with those around you. Take a break, incorporate some alone time, practice some self-care techniques, plan some stress-free family time, something that might not cost money if that's going to cause stress. Maybe something like going to a Christmas tree farm, or going to a park, or listening to some music, go to a light show. There's a variety of different things and techniques that you can use just to plan some stress-free family time. And then step away if you're overwhelmed. If you're at a family gathering and there's just so much going on and you're overwhelmed and you've met your social limit, it's okay and it's acceptable to graciously leave and enjoy that alone time away to decompress and gather again. So make sure to fit some rest time in that busy schedule. Holiday season brings a variety of different mental health disorders and illnesses out, and it can cause a lot of seasonal depression as well. So if you try different techniques and you're still not receiving what you're needing, it's okay to reach out to others for help. If stress management practices are not helping, maybe seek professional help, use some professional resources, talk to a friend, ask a friend or family member to help with a task. If you're really, really busy and you have that schedule and you just can't meet all those deadlines, then maybe ask for a friend or a family member to step in and help you to get those tasks done. Here we have 988. It's a suicide and crisis lifeline. It's open 24/7. You can call 988 or you can text 988, and they'd be happy to walk through those practices with you and help try to lower that stress. So feel free to always call 988 if you have any questions. Thank you for watching Mental Health Beat the Holiday Blues. Hope you have a stress-free and wonderful holiday season.